Oh, there we go. Microphone's on. Here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you fine folks are watching this broadcast. It's the Iron Thunder Racing Network back for another ITRL Truck Series race. This time from the probably one of the better road courses on the NASCAR schedule, Watkins Glen International Raceway, located in Watkins Glen, New York. This 7-turn, 11-turn, multi-turn track, whoever you ask. That's where we're at tonight. Again, the New York 160. I wish there was a cooler name, but there's not. No, they're currently out there qualifying. They got 5 minutes qualifying, which seems like a little bit short amount of time. But I thought they had 8 minutes, so there's that. Let's go ahead and quickly go over your track facts for tonight. Again, we're at Watkins Glen International, located in Watkins Glen, New York, upstate New York. The track opened in 1948, and some interesting things I was reading about this earlier today. I think the original surface was made out of concrete and wood and multiple different types of material, and that's an interesting thing you can get when you read the internet. The track length is 2.45 miles, and your official race distance tonight, if we don't have overtime, is 100.45 miles, so a little bit more than 100 miles tonight. Your weather coming in tonight, and again, it's taking place actually today, just earlier today, which is about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Air temp is 79, the track temp's 90. It's partly cloudy. I would say it's partly cloudy as there's cloud currently over the sky. 0% wind and 0% relative humidity, and I have not added wind to this graphic yet. Real quick, because I think we're running out of time, we need to go over your points. Matt Cherry and Patterson have locked their way into the chase, and you can see there's a new cut line. There's no real ties anymore, so there's a 3-point gap between the Ott brothers. Sawyer Ott's currently in, while Tristan's on the outside in. Just a 3-point gap separates them there, so pretty interesting. We'll be getting next week graphics updated with because we'll have 3 races to go with colors of drivers who are locked in, currently top 12 in points, and who can still point their way in and whatnot. There'll be a little bit different looking broadcast scoreboard for you guys next week. But I am, using too much time here because we need to get to Chris Stapleton singing his wonderful rendition of the national anthem. When we come back, we'll go over your starting lineup for tonight and get you ready for tonight's 41-lap event.
To honor America with the performance of the national anthem, 8-time Grammy Award winner, Chris Stapleton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular upon us,
Alrighty. Here we are. We can finally go over this. Let's go over your starting lineup tonight. As there is your provisional poll there for tonight, qualifying with a 1 minute 13.571. Is Ryan Diggler. He's gotten himself a pole tonight. He's probably trying to turn his season around. He's had a couple of rough starts and had pretty okay success last week at Bristol. But he will be your starting on your pole tonight. On the outside of him, we'll be seeing the number 25 machine and Brandon Kluser, who's a fast truck in practice. He seemed like he had just tracked down. Starting third tonight will be the last week's winner, Storm Patterson, and GT3 fan favorite, Rob Stewart. Josh Cole is currently not on the starting grid, but he'll be starting fifth tonight. Lane Polinsky will be starting 6th, and 7th we'll be seeing Treston Ott. 8th will be Matt Klisters. 9th is Matt Cherry. 10th will be Roger Diebold. 11th will be Manning Gregory. 12th will be Dave Matson. 13th will be Kevin Hash. 14th will be Kelvin Mosier. 15th will be Chris Gale. 16th will be Brian Mills. I'm trying to make sure we get this correct because there's only, I think, 19 cars. Yep, 19 cars qualified. 17th will be George Balfans Jr. After a rough week at Bristol, he's going to try to come and turn this back around here at Watkins Glen. 18th will be Paul Smith, and your last qualifier tonight will be Adam Boyles. Eric Trapeau is not in the session, but Brandon Pamitat will be starting 21st. Shane Fuller, Dylan Hale, Paul Majivka, Sawyer Ott, Matt Welsenbach, Matt Quick, Raymond Rittenauer, and Joseph C. Gordon round out the rest of your field tonight. But yeah, we got 41 laps here tonight. Interesting total. And it's 100.45 miles tonight from this. We're going to call it 7, because I think there's 7 turns. I think in real life they call it a 7-turn road course. Stage caution, and I think it's lap 20. Yep, stage caution is lap 20, so it should be the only caution tonight. Otherwise, it's just locally enforced. Or if in this, or in a situation where it's a massive pile of potential like the S's, would be the only other opportunity we might see a caution tonight. So there is that. Then after tonight, we're on round number 4. We only have 3 races left, so we go to, I think we go, where do we go next week? We can't look ahead of next week, all right, because we got to get through this race. There's a bunch of drivers in here. There's about probably a dozen, maybe 15 drivers who did have some experience here, except they didn't have the boot part of the track on this version here with Race Santa this week. There's a decent amount of them who did have an opportunity to, I guess, run some road racing earlier this season, or earlier this year, well, actually a couple months ago, for the GT3 series. So a couple guys got some experience on road course racing and see if they can use that knowledge they have and learned hoping to get. And one of the guys that probably should take a look at will be actually those first 2 road here in for a 2nd and 4th, Stewart and Kluser here. So a couple guys you probably keep an eye on tonight, as they were a couple guys who did run GT3 series. 27 trucks is your final tally. It's going to come to the green flag tonight. And it's the iRacing.com pace truck should be down pit road. Barney the flagman with the flag in his hand. As we are racing here at Watkins Glen. We've made it through about half the track, I think pretty clean, as we actually have problems. It's going to be the 57 and the 87 entrance for the bus stop. 57 Ray Rittenauer, sorry, 87 Ray Rittenauer, 57 of Shane Fuller. Let's see what happened here with the replay. Real quick through the bus stop here. Oh, Ray's just breaking a little bit deep, and you already see the 57 have issues here. You can see the 57 having issues already into the bus stop. I think he might be expecting maybe the 09 to break a little bit deeper, but then he just has issues entering. So damage already for these two trucks as we see our first little bit of an incident tonight. And it's still Ryan Dingler out front here at Watkins Glen. Nothing's really changed there. As Roger Diebold was side by side there for a brief second, entering the bus stop with the 26 machine man Gregory. Diebold does complete the pass and moves him up to the top 10. Is that it's really our closest situation here in this second lap of the race? I know some of these guys aren't real well road course drivers. I know a lot of guys, you know, like their ovals, so it's not a surprise here, as we do have a side-by-side between the 35 machine and the 46 machine. Ott and Gale going through, I'm gonna call that turn 6, getting ready to go into turn number 7 here. Gale has moved himself up to 20th position after he got around, as there's problems there for the 57 machine. Yet again, a Shane Fuller. Oh, there's also problems with the 87 machine. What happened this time? What happened here? Oh! Fuller one wasn't clear. And when he was coming up the track, just causes netcode and wrecks with Ray Rittenauer. So early problems for the 57 machine. After a week ago, we've seen issues with his teammate, George Balfans, as it's not going to go to my camera I wanted to go to. How about now? Why is it not going to the camera I want? There we go. So we had a side-by situation there between the 33 machine and the 15. He's looking on the outside into turn number 1. That would be a battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th you see currently on your screen. As it's still 23 machine or Ryan Dingler out front. He's got about 4/10 for the second lead here with the 25 machine of Brandon Coasters. Brandon was quickest for most of the practice tonight. Kevin Hatch trying to get around 35 machine for 18th place here. Was able to complete the overtake and moves the 03 up a spot. Four laps down, all led by the 23 machine. Brandon Kluster is ever so close, slightly closing in on this 23 machine. Getting to turn number 1, he cut the lead down just a tiny bit, but he's going to lose that corner exit, as it looks like he's able to drive a little bit deeper in, but he's able to pay on corner exit. He lost a lot of time there, that time through there to the 23 machine. That is a bad sequence for him, as he's now a little bit over a half a second behind the 23 machine. Two teammates, the 26 and the 22, a little bit close together here right now behind the 10th place driver, George Balfans. As this is actually, no, it's not our closest battle on the track. Our closest battle on the track goes back out front here. Is Kluster, who says starting to reel in just a tiny bit more. And this is a little bit slower through here. Through 6 into 7. This here still be about the same distance here this lap by. And 5 laps are on the board. back to the battle for 11th as Boyles has closed in a little bit more here. He's about 0.3 of a second behind the 26th machine man, Gregory. As early on, there's just not much action to really be talking about here. We did a whole road course series, so I mean, we got to see some of the best drivers out here do this. I mean, we got to see Carbonneau and Drapeau and who's the third? Turcoat really fight it out for the whole entire GT3 season. Now we get to see these guys here. Again, most of these guys are pretty well versed in the oval world. So coming out to a road course, pretty simple road course. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be a little bit. I lost my train of thought there. As we're currently looking on 9th place, Matt Klusterhuis is about half a second behind Roger Diebel. As we go back at Brand Klusterhuis is also about the same distance behind here for the lead. 5th place, Stuart Polinsky, all separated by about a half a second here. Polinsky currently in 5th place. This is all about 7.5 seconds behind race leader Dingler. As Brand Klusterhuis is right here, right there in the back bumper, going into the bus stop. See what happens through the carousel, getting down into turns 6 and 7. Well, it's about 2/10. Now it's back up to about 4. So he must have had a real decent exit off of 1 through the S's. As we look back to 5th here, as Polinsky's closing in on Stewart. Also, Tristan Ott within this battle too. So everything else on track's really about a half a second back out front, turn number 1. First and second place, now back to about 0.3 of a second here. As Brand Klusterhuis is still trying to chase down that 23 machine. I mean, he's right there again through the S's. Lose a little bit of time there through the later part of the S's, getting ready to go back down the back straightaway here. About double the distance this time compared to the last time through here. Oh, nothing happened to him. Okay, I was about to say, what? What's going on with my timing screen again? But it's nothing. Back out front, it's not 2/10 of a second, getting ready to head down into turn number 6 here. Klusterhuis is trailing the 23 machine. Trying to see if he can potentially formulate a run off of one of these corners. I did hear from a couple drivers in practice say dirty air is a huge issue in these trucks. So he's trying to probably combat that dirty air. This is as close as he's been going into turn number 1. Looks a little bit higher than Dingler through turn number 1, but he's right there in the back bumper going through the S's. They also have lap traffic ahead. A little bit too wide there through the S's for Klusterhuis. Is going to have to gather himself and try this again. But here comes Paul Smith, the lap truck in front of Dingler here. Paul Smith was one of those drivers who did come out for a couple of the GT3 series events as he goes high to the carousel. Gives an opportunity for Dingler and should give an opportunity for Klusterhuis to get by. But Klusterhuis has fallen to almost a half second behind the leaders here. Polinsky has fallen about 1.3 off of Stewart. Now it's still a battle for 5th between him and Ott. It's about 0.3 of a second here. It's the same gap we see between our race leaders. Brian Mills is side by side with the 03 machine. He goes a little bit wide here, exiting the bus stop. But it's worked okay for him. three truck battle for fifth, all within a second here, all about 1.2 behind Polinsky. Matt Cherry has creeped into the picture now. Has a race lead out front, still about a half a second. Looking at the battle for sixth, starting to heat up here as 84 machine is closing in on the 15 machine. Pretty decent run through the S is going to have a potential shot here to see what he can do going into the bus stop, as he'll be right there. But he takes the fair, easy approach as we're only halfway through the stage here today. He's going to go ahead and say, we still got 31 laps to go. We need 32 laps to go. We need to pay attention here and make sure we don't damage truck. For a split second, about 0.2 of a second here between the 94 machine and the 22 machine. Battle fans seeing if he can potentially formulate a run through the carousel to get close to the back bumper of the 22 machine to get into turn 6. But nothing's really there. Again, Klusterhoos has a good shot here to see what he can do coming off of the turn number 1 into the S. This is as close as he's been. He's right on that back bumper of the 23 machine. As they do have another lap truck approaching here, getting ready to enter into the bus stop as it looks to be the number 29 machine of Matthew Welsenbach. 0.2 of seconds the distance into the bus stop. Let's see if Klusterhoos can potentially do anything as he does get into the back bumper of the 23 machine. They maneuver around the lap traffic perfectly fine. Off the carousel, getting ready to go down the little short chute into turn number 6. I think Klusterhoos has to take another opportunity here to set back and just see what he can do. As his brother is currently going to give the spot in 9th place to the 48 machine in Pamitat. To move Pamitat up a spot. But here we go. We're halfway in stage number 1 tonight, the only stage tonight, as Klusterhoos is again right there on a 23 machine. He's right on the back bumper. Did give him a little bit of a shove here as they go around lap traffic. It looked to be the 4 machine of Palma Jifka going the lap down. They're off the runoff there in turn 1 as he's right there in the back bumper of the 23 machine, this time through the S's. 11 laps down, so we're a lap past halfway, getting ready to go back into the bus stop here. Klusterhoos has a little bit less of a distance this time, not able to potentially give a little bit of a nudge saying he's there. While all this was going down, Matt Cherry did complete the pass for 6th place on the 50 machine of Trestonot, and Lane Polinsky has closed back in on the 76 machine of Rob Stewart. By the way, last week's winner from Patterson is just sitting in the fold about 0.3 of a second behind. Sorry, about two seconds behind Klusterhoos here in case anything does go down. By the way, pit stops were called. The 94 machine did come down pit road as he exits pit road here. So he's for sure has come down pit road, taking a quick look to see if anyone else has come down pit road yet. Looks to be maybe 2 trucks come down pit road, maybe 1 for damage, and battle fans coming down, potentially split the stage up. It looks like another one came down about 5 laps ago, as that was the 33 machine of Josh Colley. But back out front, Klusterhoos, same situation again, just right there in the exit of the S's. Can he do anything going into the bus stop? And the gap increased a tiny bit, but it's maintained this time, getting ready to go into the bus stop. Klusterhoos backs off again because he doesn't really have a run to potentially stick his nose. It's too early in the race. I know what's going through Brandon's mind probably right now. It's too early in the race to potentially do a move like what he's thinking about. And it looks like more trucks have came down pit road. 22 machines come down pit road. Again, the 33s came down pit road. 4 just called out he's pitting. Looks like the 12's pitted, the 94's pitted. The drivers have started this pit stop sequence. It does sound like they might need to pit here before the end of the stage. Looks like Brandon Pamitat. It's not pit road. He's right there in 9th. Okay, I'm not real sure what. So anyway, but the 24 is called out. He's going to be pitting this time. As who's just a tiny bit further back this time. Just a little bit further back. Going through the S's as he's looking like he's losing a little bit of time. And the drivers are starting to call out their pitting. It's 84, 15 are on pit road. 09 has made his way down pit road, so has a 46. But approaching another lap truck here this time through the carousel. This lap truck does not get out of the way. And it's just the 13 machine of Brian Mills, and that's going to cause the 23 to run a little bit high here. Giving the opportunity for the 25 to potentially get the back bumper here going into turn number 6. 23 does able to get around the 13 as the 13 does run wide after turn number 6. But here comes the 25 machine. Looked like he was going to try something, but he doesn't. As we're coming to 6 laps to go in the stage. .45 machine Storm Patterson has pitted. He's the first car in the top 3 that has pitted. It's like when Coley did make his pit stop about 9 laps ago, he took only fuel only. Again, Treston has pitted. He came out a couple spots behind us. It looks like Matt Kluser still only took fuel only. Go back out front here, knowing these two are going to have to potentially pit here in any moment. Oh, hang on. We had a pass for the lead. Never mind. I can't see it because it blinked out on me. Never mind. There was a pass for the lead, but we couldn't see it. Brandon Kluser did get around the 23 machine of Dingler. But Dingler hasn't let him drive off quite yet. Into turn number 6. When they come off turn 7 this time, it'll be 5 laps to go in the stage. But here goes the 23 machine on the inside of the 25. He tries sending it in there, but he's going to pit. He's going to go ahead and come down pit road. Interesting maneuver to come down pit road. Get Brian Kluser here's the lead, and Ryan Dingler, the guy who's led the first 14 laps this stage, he's on pit road. Probably would expect the 25 machine coming down next time by. But my timing screen is currently having a freak out. I can't really determine who is currently on the track. You can't really see it on a little bit of a graphic here on the side of the screen. It's 2.45 mile road course. They see an upgrade, I think, in either 2021, maybe 2022. So it did become a little bit newer, a little bit updated. But it shows Rob Stewart as the second place truck. And he's not pitted yet. We'll see if race leader Brandon Kluser, who's one of the top 3 trucks tonight, takes this opportunity to come down pit road. Or if he thinks he has enough to make it 5 more laps. He stays out. He's going to see if he can run this thing out. Roger Debold, also another truck who's looking to potentially stay out here and run as far as he can. He's about 25 seconds off the leader. But he does also need to worry about potentially the 23 machine, Ryan Dingler, who is on... Did he take tires? He did not take tires. Never mind. Dingler did not take tires. But Storm Patterson, he took tires. And he's closed in about... No, he hasn't really closed in. He actually lost some time. As Debold comes down pit road, as that moves Dingler up a spot. As Kluser is still out there in the race lead coming through the bus stop. Quick Boyle is written hours to be the battle for 12th. All 1.4 behind the 24 machine and Matt Kluser here's. As Battle Fans and Gale will be battling behind us for 15th. As we still haven't seen this time he's underneath that yellow line. The 25 machine will come down pit road, relinquishing potentially the lead here. I think potentially be giving the lead back up to Stewart, unless Stewart thinks he can make it. then potentially giving the lead back to Dingler in third. As he's still coming a long ways down his pit box. Here's his pit box. There goes the 12. Here comes the 23 off of turn number 7, dealing with some lap traffic of what looks to be the 35 machine. As pit road should be closed. I think this time by. We'll see where Klusterhus comes out as he's coming out of pit road right there. But this might also be a call for him not to take tires at the stage. He took tires this time by, so he's going to relinquish second place to Patterson, but he's only going to have about 3 laps of race laps on these tires. And he's also going to have 3 less laps of fuel when the stage caution does come out here in 3 laps. As he's currently trying to get that 35 machine to start out. He's currently 23rd, the last truck on nearly a lap down. 23 machine Ryan Dingler. And Dingler hasn't took tires. Patterson did take tires. But the issue is when it does come to a situation where pit stops to come, he'll have about 7 laps here in a set of tires. Josh Scully, by the way, hasn't pitted in 13 laps. I said, oh shit, was it the other 3 machine? Oh! I'm sorry for that cuss word, guys. But 2 laps to go on the stage. And Brandon Klusterhus is mounting some time up. He's coming in here as a 35 machine. It is looks like he's holding up the 23 machine potentially here. 23 is not able to get around the 35. As here is the 25 machine right back to the bumper of the 23. Looking on the inside Dingler. This will be for the stage win as we have 2 laps to go on the stage. They make contact and around goes the 23. Trouble, it's gonna be okay. What happened between a 23 and a 25? You can see Dingler was getting held up by the 35 machine. And here comes the 25 machine. 25, again, he does have tires on this machine. He gets the inside. Clean, clean, clean. Oh, he sideswipes him. Why? Like, why this choice to bang doors with a 25 machine? Well, now here's also the question here I have. As the 25 hasn't gotten around to 35 either. As we are on the final lap of the stage. As there's still a stage playoff point up for grabs here. As the 45 is right behind the 25. I think through all of this, the 35 might be able to keep himself on the lead lap. As we're through turn 6. And in turn number 7, he gets right in the inside. Patterson's also going to be right there. They're going to be side by side coming to the line for the stage. But the stage winner will go to the 25 machine of Brandon Klusterhus. After a strange situation. A strange situation there coming to the 1 to go on the stage. I don't know what was going on there. That one's an interesting one between the 23 machine, who had a fantastic stage 1. No, that's... Nope, where... I don't... Let's see if we can see it here. Let's see. And let's watch this one more time. If you see this here again, like, the 35 is fighting. He has it all right, but he also has that flag that says, hey, you need to potentially move over and get out of the way for the lead. So he's right behind you. But looking here, like what's going on right here? I don't get this move. The 25's there. The 25 doesn't run him wide or anything. Unless he's upset because there's some like teamwork being done between the 25 and the 35 and the 45. Like, the teamwork going on there. And we see some. I don't get this move. Like, I get being upset. You did have all potential strategy to win the stage. And then right here, like, take third in the stage. Because you can see right behind it, 45 is still right there. The 45 is right there, but I would just take third in the stage. No point of banging doors with the 25 machine. I really don't. I don't get what's going on there. But they are making their pit stops here as we're going at the end of the stage. Did not get your top 10s. We're still trying to break down what was going on there. But you knew a race later because he did say he did run a little bit further in the stage. He's going to be restarting on about 3-4 laps into old tires. Will be the 76 machine. You can also see the 23 machine who did not take tires to the stage. Did come down pit road, have to deal with his whole entering a close pit situation. We'll be back up to second here in Dingley. Also taking a look at things. Habitat comes out third. Diebel comes out fourth. Storm Patterson does get out in front of Brand Klooster who's here. So stage winner, Brand Klooster, is going to lose about 4 spots on pit road. As they did get to the 2 to green, race control did say something over the rail, and they're going to get 2 to green this time. Last time when the pace truck crossed the line, so when we come back to lap number 20, start lap number 23, we should be seeing these guys double up here. But GT3 fan favorite, Rob Stewart, is going to be the guy who's going to lead him down into the restart. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what was going on there between 23 and the 25. I understand the 23 might be upset. He might have been held up by the 35 there. But again, the 35 does have just a tiny bit right there to race him. He does have all. I mean, he's the last car on the lead lap. He has an opportunity to maintain that last car in the lead lap situation. So I mean, he has a technical right to race him there, but he also held him up. And was the 23 upset that the 35, the teammate of the 25 who won the stage, held him up? So it's a little bit more of an. It's just a little bit of a confusing situation. I'm trying to wrap my head around that one in that stage. Well, we are past halfway. And we're looking at for a decent amount of time here. We're about half an hour to run those first 20 laps. But when we do go back racing, they'll be taking lap number 24. So it'll be 23 in. That means it'll be 18 laps to go. And the question here now, so we did see drivers like Klooster who's make it 17 laps. Is there enough fuel in these trucks? Now this becomes interesting. Now we're going to be talking about some GT3 strategy because we going back here. We run this track in GT3. Some drivers were able to just split it right down the middle. Does this stage caution, do these guys currently saving going in the bus stop, mean that they can potentially make the last 18 laps on fuel? there's 2 trucks for sure that can't. That's a 76 machine and a 23 machine. Again, there's a couple trucks who for sure took fuel only, and that's the 48 and the 38 row 2. And you're gonna see first guys on tires will be Patterson on back, so 5th on back. There's 4 trucks out here on 4, 5, 6 lap old tires. I don't know how much tires mean. I don't know how bad they wear. When I did test, I completed a lap. I hopped in a test session with a couple guys. I completed a lap, but I couldn't tell you how much tires actually wear. But once we come off of turn number 7 here, it'll be in the hands of the 76 machine as we're back racing here at Watkins Glen. As everyone makes it through so far, Patterson, the first guy on tires, has made his way around Diebold. As Diebold's starting to drop a little bit here, he's back now to 7th place. But it's Dingler on the back bumper of the 76 machine. Stewart, Dingler side by side going into turn number 6 here. But Dingler was able to complete the pass there. I was hearing some sorries on the radio. As Pamtat now going to be able to get by. And it's just going to give some time now to the 23 machine, as everyone now is going to have issues now getting around the 76. As the 25 sends it in on the 45. 2 teammates side by side going through turn 1. How they going to maneuver the S's? Does the 25 give it up? He does give it up and say, okay, you can hang on to it. Again, fuel is now the question, as we're just 17 laps to go. As 25 machine had a little bit of a moment there for the S. Is now going to be side by side with 33 going into the bus stop. These two had some history in the league before, but the 25 is able to maintain his spot in front of the 33 machine. Patterson right now is watching the 48 and the 23 just drive away, as he's currently stuck behind the 76 machine of Stewart. Again, Stewart and Dingler, 2 questionable trucks here on making it to the end of the field. Actually, there's 27 trucks that are questionable on making it to the end of the field. The trucks that he was going to pit. Who's coming down pit road? I don't know, but Patterson does get around Stewart, so does Klusser here. Stewart drops back to 5th. He might lose 6th here to Coley very shortly as they get ready to go through the S's. But Dingler was able to take that, I don't know how we should call it, but take that situation he had there, you know, with the 76 machine on the restart. He's able to pull himself off to a 1-second lead, while the other fast truck in tonight's event, the 25 machine, is currently sitting back here in 4th in stage 1 winner, 3.3 seconds behind after a rough go at getting around that 76 machine. Also, don't disregard that 45 machine either, currently in 3rd place. As Balfan said he's going to pit, this might be this is a fuel call. These guys are coming down pit road. The 00, the 94, the 46, the 57. These guys are all coming down pit road because they know they're about 2 laps short. This is the fuel strategy call out of those guys. So when the question is, how long do some other guys stay out? How long does the 45 machine stay out? Does the 25 stay out? How long does the 84, 33, 38? Well, 38 is also being chased down by the 15, who has a little bit of a moment there through the bus stop. How long do these guys stay out knowing that there's guys who are going to come down pit road, get some more fuel in the truck, and potentially be good at the end? Or do they play the risk it game, say, we're going to try and see how far we can get this, because we might only be a lap short? But then I also know that some drivers are only racing around here in third gear, so there's also that interesting point. Is some of these guys are racing around this 2.45 mile road course in third gear. So I don't know how much fuel can be saved there. The Battle Fan, as they come down pit road, he's actually exiting pit road, so I think he might have got some speeding on pit road, so that might not play well for him. 03 machine, he's also a lap down, but I think he was a lap down beforehand. The 22 machine currently sitting in his pit box. The Stewart's really maintaining well on these tires, staying within fifth, but I mean the 84 is starting to creep in a little bit closer on him. Same goes for like third and fourth. I mean, each are closing in on the truck in front of them. As 15 machine looks a little bit higher through the carousel here on the 38 machine. I know that voice. That voice was the 87 machine. He's saying sorry to someone on the radio. But Matson and Mosier were side by side. I don't know if that was completion of the pass. If it was, put Matson in front of Mosier. As Storm Patterson has closed in, he's now about 0.4 of a second behind. Patterson probably, I think, might be. He does have some of the fastest. No, he doesn't. In the 25. You know, Patterson does have the fastest lap in the track so far. 113.213 compared to a 113.285 ran by race leader Dingler last time by. The fastest lap of the race does go to Ryan Dingler at 112.681. But now the name of the game is fuel. Coming to 12 laps to go. Are you good to go? You need to start be worrying. As it looks like the 48's going to come down pit road, so he knows he's going to be short on fuel. He's going to come down pit road. So does the 23. Ryan Dingler is also on pit road. He for sure was short on fuel, and here's comes down pit road. Hoosiers drives by. Coley will drive by. Diebold. Mills is also going to drive by. We knew race leader at the time. The 23 machine was short on fuel. So we knew he needed to come down pit road. Looks like he put in tires on this machine as well. Your tires are going to this truck, so that could be potential to see. As Twister needs to get around Stewart again. This will be a battle for second going into the bus stop. Oh, there's problems. That looked to be one of... I don't know who that was. Was that the 57 machine? The 50... No, I don't know if it was the 57. Was it a 94 machine? Was the 94 machine having problems? What's the 4 truck? I think it was a 94. As you can go ahead and put Klusterhoos in front of Stewart. Yeah, it's going to be the 94 going into the bus stop. This is George Battlefans Jr. That bump upset him. He's currently 22nd, one lap down. What's happened to Cherry? As I say, he's not 21st place currently, is he? He is currently 21st place. He must have had some issues on his pit stop. As it looks like the 45 machine has came down pit road to take his service. Now giving the lead back out to the 25 machine, your stage 1 winner, Brian Klusterhuis. And as we are going to be coming to this, when we come back around to the line this time, it'll be 10 laps to go in the race tonight. Now I really want to do an onboard, but the onboard's not as cool as the GT3. We'll go ahead and show you why. You can't see what gear they're in. You can hear them shift. You can hear him shift down to 3rd right there. Oh, he's down to 2nd right there. I guess you can hear him shift, but it's a lot cooler, seeing the shift on there. As Debo did lose a spot to the 15 machine. Interest not up to 4th. So 94 does send it a little bit deeper here into turn number 1 that he is a lap down. Right now it's kind of rebounded here. In the middle again, green flag pit stops. He's up to 9th. And Storm Patterson, when everything I guess cycles out, will be race leader. Here's the issue. He didn't take tires. So when he's 19 seconds behind, Daly's about 4 seconds behind him. Daly just ran the fastest lap of the race. And here's Pamitat on the back bumper, Ott. And this will be a battle for 11th. Is able to get on the inside, so Ott here to complete the pass for 11th. Now, current situation is taking a look at Dingler, who's running some fast laps on this track right now. And I guess relative to the current leader of the green flag cycles, Patterson, it's only 2.3 seconds to gap. But then your question is, how long can drivers like Klusterhuis, we know Stewart needs a pit. Stewart needs to probably pit soon. Coley, I know he's one of those drivers who's pretty good at saving fuel. 0-11 laps into the stint, and with 9 to go, I can tell you they are not going to make it to the end. So how long do they want to play this though? His gap right now to Patterson's 19 seconds still here. The drivers like Coley, it's 14. To Ott, it's 12. That gap is going to continue to shrink. So how long do you want to play this game of do we really care that we want to try and put less fuel in? Or try to run as far as we can. Less fuel, quicker stop. Because again, you're losing time. Also, the fact you're losing time to 23 truck who's on fresh tires. Yes, remember that factor. He is on fresh tires. So when Patterson's 17, 18 seconds behind, it's also got a factor in that 23 is also coming. It's going to get ready here to potentially set up a pass on the 48 into turn number 1. Nothing really going there. Side by side with Pamitat for the S's. I think Pamitat's going to go ahead and give it the spine, give it to the 23. Move Dingler back into the top 10. But the question again is, how long does someone like Klusterhuis stay out? As the gap is shrinking to Patterson, who's currently not within range, I guess, on my timing screen. Because it says he's no longer in 6th. which I think is incorrect. We'll give it a second here to refresh, because I don't think... I mean, there is a potential that Patterson did have connection issues. There is a rare chance he did, but he's... Interesting. He's still in discourse, so I don't think he's had connection issues. We'll go ahead and it's interesting. Could last week's winner potentially have no, he doesn't. That's interesting. I don't know what's going on with last week's winner, Storm Patterson. But Stewart does come down pit road. We're gonna do a quick check real quick. You're gonna see my iRacing UI. So Storm Patterson did drop the connection issue. Oh no. So that was an actual connection issue there for the 45 machine. That's rough to see, as he would right now be cycling out to the race leader. But yeah, you can see gap about 12 seconds from Dingler to Stewart. Does mean he's going to lose some time here. So taking a look, if I was Brandon Clousters, I would debate pitting here soon. I don't think you can make 6 laps. You do have a 7.5 second lead to Ott. It does help that Dingler's stuck in traffic, and lots of it. But you gotta be thinking here, even coming to 5 laps to go, to come down pit road and get that splash of fuel to make it to the end. But he didn't go right by pit road again. Coming to 5 laps to go. By the way, great run to Tristan Knott. In a tight points battle currently for the chase spot. Again, he's another driver that needs to think about pitting here. Also, shout out to Brian Mills. He's currently running 5th. Currently in this battle, about 18, 19 seconds behind race leader Kloosterhuis with Pamitat, Mats, and Dingler. As Dingler is able to get around the 09 machine, moving up another spot here. And it's going to have an opportunity to potentially take it side by side with the 48 machine. And he just passed the 48 machine with ease. Alright, it wasn't much of a battle there. Real quick, we're going to take a look at some lap times. So Brandon Clousters is running 1:16.3s. Dingler ran a 1:16.1. This is running a 1:15.6. So there could potentially be some fuel saving going on here for the 25 machine. As he again is going to just ride right by the pit entrance here with 4 laps to go. But he's also losing time to the 15 machine, who gets a little bit looser off the final turn. And last time by was a 1:16.9 to a 1:15.8. Dingler is closing to 17 seconds. I think Clousters might be in saving mode. It's a multi-truck battle, by the way, we've seen going on for the last couple of laps. You've seen 87 now close in on the 13 machine. The 87 might be another one of those situations where it could be close on field. But I guess the current eyes are on the top 3. I know Coley, he's a pretty good driver at saving fuel. But do we see Brandon Kluster, who's come down pit road with 3 laps to go? The answer is no. He's gonna stay out. I think he's made his bet. He's gonna try to run this thing out of fuel. And it looks like Diebel gets around Coley. It's a battle for third. As Tresnant has started to close in a tiny bit, he is running faster laps. He's running a 1:17. Well, no, not that last lap. They're running the same lap times. Again, it comes down to if you saved enough fuel. But that just sounds like a truck that's in fuel safe mode. .2 in front of Dingler, who is for sure good on fuel. Question is, could it be a little bit too late on this fuel saving strategy? For turn 7 coming to the line, there'll be 2 laps to go. Question is, how good on fuel could these guys be? Tresnant, again, another driver that's going to drive right past pit road. Roger Diebel, I think he might have saved a little bit earlier in this run because he's running 1:15 still. And he's closing in on it. Coley's also in that 1:17 bracket. And Ryan Dingler, who's still in the 1:13s, trying to close in on these guys. But Kluster, who's really slow, looks like going into the bus stop here. Trying to get as much fuel as he can save. Gap's about 11 seconds here, so he's got a little bit of wiggle room to work with, especially knowing that Dingler has to get around 3 trucks. He's getting ready to go on the inside of Coley. Move him up to 4th. Dingler only needs to get around 2 trucks. But Kluster, who's through 6 and 7, is going to again drive by the pit entrance. Meaning, here to go. 1 lap to go. He's made his bet. He's go about 2.1 miles, still 2.2. And Dingler is closing in, but again, he's got to get around 2 trucks. He's got to get around the 38 and around the 15. But Kluster, who's has closed he's increased his gap here. Getting ready to enter the bus stop. Through the bus stop for the final time for the 25 machine. Again, he's got 8 seconds and a 2 truck buffer. I think if he potentially, he might be good if he runs out of gas here, as Dingler's going to be side by side with Diebel going into 6th. But coming off of turn number 7, the 25 machine has done it. He's saved enough fuel, and he's going to come across the line here at Watkins Glen and win! 15 machines able to save and hang on to 2nd, and unfortunately just a little bit too late for the 23 machine. He was able to rebound and come back to 3rd. Brandon Pamitat will come home 4th. Roger Diebel will come home 5th. Josh Coley will come home 6th. Rittenauer, Matson, Polinsky, and Sawyer Ott comes across the line and finishes 10th. Oh, there's apparently enough fuel for him to do a burnout. I know when I pull up the driver, the number 25, into the booth here, that this guy's gonna be a very happy camper. He's in here. He is in here. Let me pause the screen. Get this off the screen. Actually, let's unpause the screen because it looks like they're working on a picture here. And we're gonna pull up for the first time this season. Race winner, Brandon Klusterhuis.
How's it going?
Now, here's a question. Were you saving fuel there the last, 4 laps?
I was saving fuel basically ever since I thought I lost the race. That's just, you never give up, man. Never give up. Woo!
Not only did you win the stage tonight, but you were able to save enough fuel to come home 8.6 seconds in front of teammate Trestonat. How's it feel knowing that you can go ahead and race these next 3 races, knowing that you're locked into the playoffs?
Oh, it's such a relaxing feeling, Alex. You don't even know. This is such a great feeling, man. You know, I feel so bad for Storm there. It was supposed to be me and him battling it out there. I think it would have been really close, even with him with tires there. But basically, I was pushing it as hard as I could, and I almost lost it. And I was like, you know what? We might as well see if we can win this on fuel, and just tried to keep the guys behind us. We ended up doing it, and yeah, like this ITRL truck just not getting second. Sawyer, this is just great.
Now, I do have one question. What was your thought there? Was it 2 to go in the stage with Dingler coming off the carousel?
Yeah, I don't know. A guy on 20-lap-year-old tires just door slams me and I guess tried taking me out for a stage. I don't know the thought there, but hey, that's how he wants to race. That's how he wants to race. But other than that, it was a really nice, clean race, and you know, it was pretty good. So I'll take it.
Not only did you probably lead probably close to the most laps. No, you didn't probably lead the most laps. But you earned yourself a lot of points going into tonight. Playoff points, bonus points, whatnot. Won the stage, got 10 extra points there. You pretty much did everything you could tonight, man.
Oh, it's as perfect as a race weekend could get, right? That first half, I was just patient, let the 23 burn his stuff up, just played it right, and that second half, I ended up making a mistake that ended up being gold, man. I guess I just had the Midas touch.
All right, before we can go ahead and let you go back down there and celebrate with 1 or 2 of your teammates, because I have to pull another one of them up. Does anyone like to give a shout out to you?
Oh man, Jacob, like always, you know, the ITRL for hosting this. You, my good man, for giving us great broadcasts week in, week out. Everybody coming out to support us, and yeah, come on out next week and watch us. It's going to be another great one.
I don't even know where we're at next week, but congratulations on securing your first dub of the season, Brandon.
Oh man, this is great. You know, we finally broke the drought. Woo!
That is your race winner tonight, Brandon Klusterhuis. We'll go ahead and actually his mic's muted, but we'll pull him up into the booth. Pull him up in here. Maybe he'll hear me and unmute his mic. Tristan? There we go.
Hey, sorry, having technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties? Nah. It was just a split second.
Right.
Well, this is the second time I think I've spoken to you this season with a second place finish, man.
Yeah. Definitely first time I've got some fuel strategy on my side to really help me out. We had we're pretty fast, top 10 speed. I mean, definitely weren't really top 3 or second place speed, but you know, about halfway through that last run, I kind of figured we were getting pretty close to being able to make it, and I saw other guys were saving, so I tried to, I did my best at it, and came out on top. And happy for Brandon, got a 1-2. Good finish, good fun race.
Now, coming with, I think it had to be within 2 laps ago, when you started to see that number for Dingler's distance behind to start to come down, when did you start to pick up the speed? So I saw you're running about the same lap times as Brandon was saving fuel.
Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of unaware that Dingler was running me and Brandon and Roger down too. I was more focused on Roger because I knew he had saved, and I saw him coming, getting closer to me, and I was trying to keep some distance on him, and then I saw Dingler, and then they started racing a little bit, but I saved just up until they got to my rear bumper in those last two corners, and that's about the point where I felt comfortable to give it all it had coming out of the last two. Coming to the checkered, it was close. I had about a 0.1 gallons left.
That was good enough to get you right where you're probably currently sitting on the racetrack. Or you think you could have made a little bit further into the S's?
Oh yeah, it was probably get me to the pit road and back into the hauler.
Oh, that's plenty of fuel. You saved enough. Second time you get to see that this Apex Power Sports truck finishing top 3. I know you probably want to give them a shout out. Is there anyone else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Apex Power Sports. You, Alex, Dylan, Sawyer, All Gas TV, Iron Thunder Racing League. Been a fun season so far. Had some bad luck last week at Bristol and some self annihilation, I'd say. But having some good runs this year. So, like you said, second time in the podium, which is the best start to a season I think I've ever had. So, thank you all. Thanks for putting this on and putting on a good broadcast, and look forward to next week.
We're at Michigan next week, by the way.
Michigan.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think it's gonna be a fun one. I love Michigan.
I think so. It's been fun in these trucks so far, and I was kind of struggling, but towards the end of that race, I was thankfully I was about in a groove just about the whole race up until I tried to pass some people and coming into the S's, but yeah, it was fun.
It sure did look like it was a lot of fun tonight. Well, congratulations on your second P2 finish. We'll go ahead and see you out here next week, man.
Appreciate it. See ya.
As that was our runner-up finish tonight in the 15 machine Trust 9. It looks like the 23 machine called it a quick night here. He didn't want to be brought up into the booth. That's perfectly fine. I'm not going to force people to come up in the booth and talk to me. If they come in here and they leave immediately, it's perfectly fine. But with that being said, we have all opportunity to go ahead and go over your final running order for one last time tonight. We'll put this back up on your screen again. It is Brandon Klister here getting the dub tonight. He finished first. Second place was seeing the number 15 machine Trust 9. Third was Ryan Dingler, a guy who's probably one of the top 2 trucks tonight, finishing third. I don't know, the tire strategy call might have been this situation, but it did put him a little bit behind the 8 ball there. If I think he didn't take tires at the end, he might have been closer up front. Brandon Pimtet does come home fourth, and Roger Diebold comes home in 5th place tonight. You see Josh Clay, Ray Rittenauer, Dave Madsen, Lane Polinsky, and third Jake Hunt driver tonight with a top 10 finish. You can also see that Matt Cherry, Brian Mills, Matt Klusers, Kelvin Mosier, Matt Quick round out your top 15. 16th tonight, a couple early incidents for the 57 machine, but he's going to come 16th. 17th would be Paul Smith. 18th would be Rob Stewart. I don't want to speculate, but I'm going to speculate maybe a speeding penalty or in fact, he had to take a lot of fuel on his pit stop, set him behind the wall there to finish 18th, the last truck on the lap. You're going to see Kevin Hash, George Balfans, Matthew Welsenbach, Adam Bulls, Joseph C. Gordon, all one lap down. 23rd place will be Joseph C. Gordon. 2 laps down tonight would be Manning Gregory Paul Majipka, Manning Gregory, and Chris Scale. 26th, and you see his connection issues, and unfortunately finishing the last truck in the race tonight will be the 45 machine of Patterson. But again, that's going to do it for us this week. We'll be back next week, same time, on an oval at Michigan. Again, I love Michigan. Michigan's one of those tracks I can go ahead and say, Dylan, I'm not broadcasting this next week. I want to race because I love Michigan so much. It's going to be a good time. I feel like there's multiple grooves that can work. And yeah, it's going to be a fun time. But until then, make sure you guys like, subscribe, shout us out to all your friends, because yeah, some fun stuff coming up here. And we'll see you guys next week from Michigan.